Am I red? Yeah, you're a little burned. A little toast. Yeah, a little toast. Right as Roberts.
Oh, it must be nice. I got that old Christian.
Different shades of brown. That is so cool. Thank you.
Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement. from the coaches to the players, to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Irving is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Williamson in at the small forward.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Now, he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the miss by Giannis. Here's Irving. That one, no good. Brunson with some nice D. Pass to Antetokounmpo.
He is creeping up in those all-time conversations. Giannis has won regular season and Finals MVP plus Defensive Player of the Year. Quite the resume, and he is not done for a while, folks.
And he's good on the second. And it's the West All-Stars ball. They trail by one. Jokic with his screen on Brunson. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Jokic high post. Moore with the steal. And the league is still buzzing, Greg, about MP, registering a quadruple double.
One of the greatest all-around games in league history. MP is an incredible talent, and you know he'll put on another show here tonight.
And the West can't hang on to the ball. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Ball, the pass to Miller. And another miss by the East. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the West. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Irving from long range. He can't get it to go. It's Miller on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Now, here's Jokic. He's got 6. Wembanyama with the bucket.
And the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent. And when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Here's Brunson. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. 2 open that time, made it look too easy.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the 3, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
And the West All-Stars with possession. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Moore outside. Kicks it out to Giannis. Back to Moore. Brunson finds Moore. Here's Giannis. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. Pass to Jokic. And it's the East with the rebound. Moore's got 4 rebounds in this game. You know, you just can't say enough about the statistical marks that MP is putting up. I mean, Greg, this is just amazing stuff. How about his 20, 20, and 20 triple-double? I've never said that before. I mean, this is incredible.
And Kevin, something we'd only seen from the likes of Wilt and Westbrook, right? That's the kind of dynamic, prolific dominance you've got to exhibit to manufacture a stat line like that.
Moore with the block. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williamson. 4 on the shot clock. Irving from long range.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And you gotta love the effort. I mean, he battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Brunson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Moore. Takes it inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The East All-Stars have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And the first one drops. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. Edwards, he's checked in for the West. The West trails by 3. Irving kicks to Williamson. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Cunningham. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Here's Moore. Count that bucket. Moore's got 5 points so far.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Wembanyama passes to Irving. Pass to Williamson. No good. Good D by Miller.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Kept alive. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Misses the 3. The West trails by 3. Edwards with it. And it's Miller picking him up. Edwards, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ja Morant, he's checked in for the West. Cunningham kicks to Moore. Miller with a screen on Jokic. Clock at 6. And a wide open look for Cunningham. Sinks the triple.
And you see that mid-motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
And the West All-Stars have possession. 6-point game. Williamson, the pass to Irving. Jacks up a 3. Jokic, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now Irving. After Jalen Brunson missing on that last 3-pointer.
Some of the quickest hands in the NBA. Kyrie showing you that quick release there.
Down low, here's Miller, and Miller throws it down hard.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Irving. Morant right side. Sinks the 3-pointer.
And how about the catch and fire there from Morant? He's got the endless confidence in his abilities.
Moore passes to Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Here's Morant. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end.
Already an MVP caliber talent, Morant is all about continuing to get better, as well as competing for titles.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me, not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And it's Giannis missing. The West trails by 3. Here's Davis. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Davis. Williamson kicks to Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
And every year, Williamson seems to take another leap as a distributor. Great pass on that one.
Pass to Moore. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Moore passes to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. And Davis pulls it down. And here's the West with the ball. They trail by 1. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Antetokounmpo finds Moore. And the basket is good. And that's now 7 points for the franchise. Now Morant. 5 points in the game. Davis with a screen on Brunson. Morant with the bucket.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Cunningham's shot is off. And it's Irving with the ball for the West All-Stars. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
Morant against Brunson. And the 3 off target. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Davis. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Giannis with it. Picked up by Edwards. Offensive rebound. Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So it's the West now. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. No problems knocking that one down. Irving's got 5.
We've seen Kyrie do this so many times, precise in the 2-man game. Lethal, too.
Moore passes to Giannis. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's all weight room right there. Edwards powers through the contact for the hoop and the harm.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the East. Miller comes in for Jalen Brunson. The West also making some changes. Jokic is checked in for Zion Williamson. And it's Williamson for Irving. West All-Stars shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweep.
for the East. Moore is checked in for Joel Embiid. Antetokounmpo comes in for Asar Thompson. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Brandon Miller. And Maxey subbed in for Cade Cunningham. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Jokic. Williamson comes in for Williams. Kyrie. Irving, he's checked in for Edwards. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for John Morant. Maxey out there with LaMelo Ball. Then it's Tatum. Then it's the franchise. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Here's Moore. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tell you what, Tatum using his length for positioning inside, able to operate well in the paint.
The West leading by 20. Irving with it. 10 points for him. Williamson outside. Back to Irving. From outside the arc. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Moore's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Antetokounmpo, no good. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars? So it's the West All-Stars sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Let's hear it for the participants.
One half remaining in the NBA All-Star game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and the number of slams here we're seeing tonight off the charts.
Somebody forgot to tell these guys the dunk contest is on a different night.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Irving finds Wembanyama inside, and Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Moore passes the ball. From deep, Brunson. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists tonight.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Pass to Irving. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Cade Cunningham's checked in for Jalen Brunson. The East trail by 20. Moore with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Cunningham off the pick from Moore. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Cunningham passes to Giannis. Moore outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wembanyama. No good from Moore. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the West. They get it back. Jokic passes to Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, I like how Irving
You know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
We've got Thompson, Antetokounmpo out there with the franchise. Then it's Ball, and it's Maxey in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the West All-Stars?
You know, we've seen them time and time again working themselves to the charity stripe and making a living at the line, basically.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the 3. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it. And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
And what? That one goes careening off the glass.
His great length really helps AD defensively.
Here's Edwards. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Davis, the pass to Williams. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
The reach, the athleticism, the timing, no surprise. Giannis swatted that one away.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. There's the pick. Ball dishes to Moore. Mark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level. When you look at the length of Antetokounmpo, it really makes it hard for defenders. As a matter of fact, most of the time, they have no chance to deal with it.
He hits the second from the line. Here is Edwards. Pass to Morant. Now here's Williams. Stolen by Thompson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Already in his career, we've seen the numerous ways in which Ball can score. He's got a lot in his package.
Second free throw, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. He had a nice open look right there.
You've got to at least honor the three-point shot from Sabonis. He's capable of knocking it down from there.
More with it. Williams picks him up. And that one is hammered home. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 15 rebounds.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders. Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Moore finds Maxey. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And, Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Davis, the pass to Morant. Edwards with it. Sabonis sets the pick for Edwards. To the inside. Rebounded by Moore. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Antetokounmpo with the steal. Moore against Sabonis. Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ouch. Unbelievable jam from a player who's given us more than his share of great ones in his time.
You're right, Greg. Defense was nothing but an afterthought on that drive to the hoop.
Well, I don't think anybody wanted to be the guy at the end of the wrong side on that post.
Count it. Sabonis has got 9 points now in just the second half.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And finished off by Morant.
And the agility, the hops. Morant just explodes off the floor.
Screen by Giannis. Here's Moore. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, this night is all about the entertainment value in terms of that dunk. Definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top that one.
Morant finds Williams. Sabonis inside. He's guarded by Moore. Chalk up 2 there.
This is really where Sabonis does some of his best work. He's a reliable scorer in the paint.
Here's Maxey. That one goes in. Maxey's got 4 points this quarter.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
For 3, Edwards. It's hauled in by the East. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in this game.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about. It's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. Screen by Sabonis. With the floater and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We've seen the league, Clark, crack down on physical play more and more over time.
You know, I think in general that's a good.
All-Stars with some changes. Morris checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Ball in for Jason Tatum. And West also making a switch. Jackson, he's checked in for Domantas Sabonis.
And one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
Pulls up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on to Aaron Fox.
And Brunson, a very physical player. Someone that understands how to bait defenders into fouling.
And here is Fox. Jackson, a screen on Brunson. Three-pointer, Fox. And it's the East with the rebound. Now, here's Ball. The three bangs home the trifecta. Ball's got 4 this quarter.
Well, I like the fact that this is something Ball continues to work on, that deep shot of his. He knows he's got to be a threat from deep to expand his game.
Here's Jackson. And just miss after miss right now.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Doubled by Fox. Moore finds Ball. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Giannis outside. Good ball movement here by the East. Screen by Giannis. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in. Ball with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Moore. Giannis a screen on Sabonis. And it's Moore penetrating. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Well, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Jackson comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's John Morant in for Edwards. And it's Davis finishing it off.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Outside, Ball. And the three ball is good. Ball's got 10 points in just the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Morant kicks to Fox.
2 minutes left. 2.
Davis finds Morant. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here are the East All-Stars. Here's Miller. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Looking quite comfy from the mid-range. I like seeing Miller look to score from here.
Outside, Fox. Back to Davis. Launches it. Traps in the tray. Davis has got 19 points.
How about the big fella stepping outside and showing us some range?
Well, he'd get some grief for that shot in the regular game, but in this setting, you're allowed that kind of latitude and freedom.
Moore with the steal. And here comes Moore, leading the fast break. The finish. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And you can just see and feel Antetokounmpo elevating his playmaking skills, really looking to get his teammates involved.
On the wing, Davis. Back to Morant. Up top, Fox. Moore with the block. And they'll get another chance. To the paint. Another shot. Tries yet again. And Jackson finishes inside. 51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Here's Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Morant outside. Down low. Here's Davis. Good. And the nice assist from Morant.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Brunson the pass to Moore. Back to Brunson. Shoots over Fox. The East All-Stars tack on two more.
Making the defense look hopeless. Brunson so clever with his ball handling.
Morant looking around. And there's the foul. It's on the franchise. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And guys, at this point, he's probably better served.
So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
We mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
Good night.
This is anyone's game tonight.